xin chào. Sorry. Tôi tiếng Việt không tốt, so I shall speak in English, okay? So xin lỗi. My name is Eric, alright? So I manage the Amazon Web Services for Vietnam. Actually, I always loved Da Nang. My relationship with Da Nang dated back almost 7-8 years ago when I did the project for smarter water and smarter transportation project for Da Nang. A bit of introduction. So I lived in Vietnam for 8 years already. So before that, I was staying in Hanoi for 4 years. I just moved back to Ho Chi Minh. Right. So I always loved Vietnam because my wife is Vietnamese, so that's why I love Vietnam. And my kids is also born in Vietnam. So 8 years in Vietnam, still loving the country. Lots of things have happened since 8 years ago. What I'm going to share today, I hope is useful for you. I heard all the presentation. We talk about technology. We talk about skill shortage in Vietnam, right? And yet talk about shortage, talk about the challenges. Startup need support, right? This morning in the opening, the same thing, consistent. And then we also hear startup so hot in Vietnam. All the VCs money are coming back in the last 16, 18 months. Just a show of hands, I know you've been sitting here for the last 2 hours. Everybody very tired. You want to do some exercise? Stretching a little bit? Okay, maybe I ask some question. How many people are founders here? Founders, co-founders? Okay, bro, not too bad. And how many are students here? Students, any students here? Okay, some students are here, good. So my topic all very relevant for startup, founders, students. I try to address everybody because there's so many different people. So I try to know who you are first. How many are from universities? I think there was one, Ansen was from one of the universities. So there are some university academy. So we'll be talking a little bit about that. I try to address every portion for all of you, okay, as best as I can. Happy to talk with you more later on outside. We'll be staying out there. We also have a booth at number 63. All right, so come over there for startup founders, students as well. Love to have you students because this is where we're going to address the skills gap in Vietnam. Not just Da Nang, but Vietnam, okay? So what I'm going to share now, I'm going to share with you what are the programs we have for startup first. Okay, it's called Activate. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services is part of Amazon.com. Alright, so we are a startup also, 13 years old only. Alright, so let me start off with some business update. Amazon Web Services, I shall call it AWS in short, was established year 2006. 2006, only 13 years old. All right, and today, as of Q2, second quarter, our business is $8.4 billion US, and our yearly, and we grew at 37%. Our full year business is about US 33 billion after 13 years. All right, so it was a spin-off or is a subsidiary of Amazon.com. All right, we'll describe later on a little bit. So today we are still a startup. That's why I'm wearing jeans because we're supposed to be startup. Yeah. Okay, so these are the customers in ASEAN, right? So ASEAN is 6, 7, 8 countries. So these are the different types of customers we have. You will realize that all types of customers, from startups, from enterprise, from SMBs, from government, all sorts of different customers. And some of the customers started from scratch. You will be very familiar with customers like Pinterest. You'll be very familiar with customers like Airbnb, right? You will be very familiar with, Slack. All these customers started off from scratch when they were a startup using AWS as a cloud for the platform to grow. All right. Later on, you will learn why this would benefit you for some of the founders here. Now, these are just startups, company name that you can publish in the region. Today, they are using Amazon Web Services as part of the technology, as what Angel was talking about technology, and some of the presenters was talking about AI, etc. So these startup companies started the same way as well, using Amazon Web Services to help to use technology to grow their business. Okay? Now in Vietnam, these are some of the startup company. I didn't put the enterprise customer, I just put the startup company that uses AWS to help when they grow their business, right? So some of this company, Fastgo, ride-hailing company, right? You have like Amanox, who is music, right? The founder is like, he loves music when he was young. He can play, I think, 5 instruments. Very talented, and he developed a passion. He started his own business, and he created all these music apps to serve around the world. All right. Grab is one of our big customers across the region. It's Factorial, etc., and BMG for gaming. So these are all startup companies. Now, as I was sharing with you, so AWS was started 2006. And how did it get started? It was from Amazon.com. So Amazon.com, we were running our own web services, e-commerce business, right? And we were doing it, running heavy data centers, heavy loads of web applications. We thought, maybe after 10 years later, we decided, maybe we could run it as a business, and therefore AWS Web Services was formed as a result of that, so that we could use what we have learned in Amazon.com to serve the rest of our other customers out in the world. And this was how AWS was formed 13 years ago, from all the experience and learning that we have. Now, for startup companies like you, right, some of the co-founders and or even students who maybe in the next couple of years, I think you're going to do your own startup. I think this is where the importance of how startups should keep growing. You don't stop reinventing yourself, right? You grow your business, you keep reiterating that part of the business is very good. So how do you spin it off? So in Amazon, we call this flywheel, right? We'll be very happy to share with you the process, the mechanism. How do you keep spinning your business from one area to another area and to another area? And that's how Amazon actually started, right? We started as selling books online. Later on, we start adding other things, Prime Air. We start adding ourselves into Amazon Web Services as well. So I hope a little bit of a story here for you to know about Amazon Web Services, but at the same time, for you to think about your business model as well, right? Why you should use web services? Why should you use cloud? I think there's a couple of very important reasons. It's very expensive for startup to go and buy plenty of hardware and wait for 1-2 months for the procurement to come. And using cloud has got zero cost, no cost. Basically, it's like you switch on the electricity. Let's say you move to a new house. You sign up an account on electricity, maybe EVN, right? And then that's it. You turn on the switch, you consume it, you pay for it. Same for cloud services. You don't need to buy hardware, you don't need to spend plenty of money trying to start up something. So you don't want to use it, you stop using it, and you don't pay anything. Right? So that's the benefit of using cloud to run your business. The other second part is that you can launch very, very fast. You don't wait for a few months to buy your hardware. almost instantly, startup just spin in a couple of minutes. They are online already. And what this also gives you an advantage is that it's not just serving Vietnamese customers, overseas. Overseas, yeah, right? So I talked to you about Amanotes, right? Amanotes is a startup for music. Their customers is overseas, not really in Vietnam. A bit, maybe 30% in Vietnam, but 70% is overseas. So that's the beauty that you can launch fast and you can go global. All right. Viet was talking about resources challenge, not enough people. So why do you want to have your people focusing on technology, managing the hardware, when you can leave it to cloud vendors like Amazon Web Services to manage for you, right? So focus on your core business, and your core business is your customer. Everything you do is your customer. Not everything you do is technology. Don't get it wrong. Technology helps you to get better, but is your customer, all right? That matters. So focus on that, particularly as a startup, because you don't have thousands of people sitting down there to do the business, right? And last but not least, I think I want to get the name right, Mr. Giuseppe Inelli, right? From kích. He talks about make mistakes, fail fast. Is the mentor of every startup. So you can experiment very, very fast when you use cloud. You don't like it, you switch off. Your developers can build things very, very quickly. As a student, you build things fast. You don't like it, you shut it down. You keep experimenting. You keep making mistakes to be better and better and better. And therefore, from a cloud standpoint, that enables you to do that. Okay. Okay, just a quote from Fastgo, right? So to kind of reiterate what I was trying to say. So basically, the co-founder of Fastgo, the ride-hailing company, he said, when I go from buying my own hardware and I move to cloud, basically, I stop worrying about the hardware. I stop worrying about the network. I stop worrying about maybe my business is spiking up and then I need to buy more hardware. I don't anymore. Right? If you are running an e-commerce company, sometime during 12, 10, 11, all these big promotion events, you need spikes, you need systems. How do you go handle that? That's where we come into play here. All right. So think of your business model, because your business is up and down, up and down, up and down, and you need to reiterate. So leverage on that. All right. So beyond technology, I'm speaking as a startup person now. Beyond technology, forget about AWS for a moment. We have a team, a startup team, both at a regional level, and you will meet some of them at a booth today at the 63, and also local team. All right. I cannot tell you exactly how many people I have in Vietnam, but it's a lot, and it's growing very, very fast. As what Chang Wu was saying, I couldn't hire fast enough like you guys. I'm having problem hiring. It's my biggest headache. My biggest headache is hiring. My biggest headache is not enough business. Too much business, but not fast enough to supply. So my biggest headache is skills, people. And therefore later, Ang Bung will be sharing with you how we're going to address that. And Ansen just talked about that. Skills gap. Exactly what we are talking about. Okay? So we are all 100%. So we have a team of people who will work with you, support you to drive the startup. Then later I'll share with you what we exactly provide with you. So we work very closely with VCs, and I think there are some VCs in this room, and accelerators as well. So some of those VCs are listed there. They're very popular, prominent names there. And a lot of our team members, when we hire them, they used to be founders before. They exited. So they used to run startup companies before, they used to be mentors, etc. So they know what exactly you're looking at. So they don't come from traditional company who doesn't know what you're talking about. So they know exactly, and they've gone through the same pain like you. So please engage us on that, all right? So that's one thing that I'm offering to you today, okay? Will help you. Now, these are some of the things that we will offer to you from a startup standpoint. So co-founders there, who you put up your hands, these are the things we'll do. We will help you build a technical capabilities. All right. So some of the things we'll share with you: best practices, subject matter expert, architecture review, etc. Okay. And then I think this is what you are more interested in. I think go to market. All right. So co-marketing, co-funding, credits, etc. Those are available under the Activate program. Some of you are already using that. So so talk to us later on. Sign up and start working on this. Okay. Now this is a part. Ansen will be very interested. Yeah. So educate. Why suddenly I bring about educate? Because I know a lot of you put up a hand. Some of you are from students. Right? Many students here today. In fact, AWS Educate. We are here as well at a booth. So basically, we want to address the skill gap of what everybody was talking about. The panel just now talked about skill gaps. I talked about skill gap as well. I did not talk about there is no business. I talked about the problem is supplying it not fast enough. In Vietnam, it's at an inflection point. So to address this, we have created AWS Educate around the world. And AWS Educate basically work with institutions, all right, EdTech company. Some of you may be running EdTech, maybe you are providing training, content, etc. Big opportunity for us to discuss. You can use our content, recreate it, make it your own IP, and sell it. So there's conversation here for EdTech, institution, universities, students. You can almost instantly register for this and get yourself trained up and skilled. Because I'm going to tell you, cloud is not just for technical people. It is everywhere. This morning you talk about AI, lots of AI conversation, right? Lots of IoT conversation. What are all this? That's just cloud in general. This is cloud. IoT, AI, and all, it's cloud. And cloud is not just for technical people. Even I have to learn every day. Right? So I would highly encourage everybody in this room, seriously, set time for yourself. 20 minutes a day, later on. Go online and learn. It's free. Free. Miễn phí. Yeah. Okay. So there are 12 learning pathways here. Maybe you can't see, it's not clear, right? But basically, these 12 pathways, students out there, a lot of students there, right? These are areas we have picked that are what is needed in the market today. They are all the hot topics. You can look at it. Machine learning, AI, DevOps, very familiar, right? Very familiar. They are already available. All right, and for some of you who loves to collect digital badges, so if you learn, there are 11 digital badges, and there's one for startup. Very good for your CV. Get higher pay. People who has AWS certification actually are paid higher and more. So students, go do that. Okay? So, help yourself in your own career development as well, because there's a mixed audience here, co-founders, people who are working in startup, students who is going to be graduating soon, plenty of different people. So what I'm sharing with you is hope that you can really take the opportunity to leverage this. The fact that you are here should, make use of it. Okay? Now, training and certification. So for those of you who is already working, but you want to get credential and certification, you want to make yourself even more marketable. And for co-founders and all, you talk about how to attract talent, how to retain talent, how to have more people join your company. Create a learning program. Create and attract the best talent to join your company. Why should I join your company? Because this company takes care of my career development. This company provides me with training and certification. Here we are, training and certification for professionals. All right, you will market yourself better. You will be able to contribute better to the company. Right, so it's relevant for everybody. Now, they are flashing me to get off the stage. Okay, I shall end it. So with that, visit us at booth 63. Angung will be sharing with you how we are cooperating and partnering with AI education. We have a very, very long-term view of the market here. I will be sharing with you the vision. The vision for me is to really enable 1 million people in Vietnam and 100,000 developers by year 2023. So I have a 3-year plan, and I'm partnering with AI education and all the universities. Absolutely. In fact, last week we just met with 9 universities to grow this business, to really, really enable what the market really needs. I have very strong belief in this market. So I'm 50% Vietnamese, so I'm not foreigner, yeah? So I'll be here for a long time. So visit us here, go to the website here, doesn't matter. If you've got no time, go to the booth. All right, with that, thank you very much. I know you are waiting for your lunch, but let Angung finish first. Thank you.
Thank you very much, anh Rich. Bài trình bày tiếp theo chúng ta sẽ có anh Bôn Trần, chủ tịch của AI Education.